All right, everybody. How's it going? We are here live from the Columbus System Open at Origins. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and today I am joined by Timbo Slice.
Helping Dion bring the gold standard of gaming coverage.
That's right. His God-given name is Tim Ralphs, but his nickname is pretty badass, so I like it.
Well, thank you. And my given name's not as badass. It's kind of the imagery comes in like what happens when Tim has the flu. Tim Ralphs. So
Tim Ralphs. Alrighty. So it looks like they're going to use an ion token to signify the harpoon condition. I actually have a harpoon token. Should I just go give him to him?
I think we have some special ones, don't we?
I think.
Just get a regular one.
Okay,
Let's just get a regular one. I'll talk to our viewers. A very warm hello to everybody chiming in from all over the United States, the UK, and Canada today. It's been a really fun weekend. Dion, of course, been running around like a chicken with his head cut off all weekend. I had the option of joining in the hyperspace today, but I couldn't let the poor guy do it all by himself. It's quite a task managing a stream by yourself, running back and forth from the table, checking details, and then making sure that you folks have some pithy banter going back and forth to accompany the players today. We have an absolute corker of a match coming up, round one here, folks. First of all, let's discuss where we are at this point in the tournament. So this is stage 3 of the main event. All of these players, both of these players, I should say, everybody in the stage 3 has won 5 games yesterday. They proceeded through stage 1 with a minimum of 2 wins, and you have to make it through stage 2 without losing twice in the day. Stage 3 is consisting of single elimination, and we are happy to report that the math worked out beautifully, and we do not have a bye for our top 8 games, so we will have 8 full players playing 4 matches in the top 8, which is a bit of a relief. The match that Dion decided to go with for first round, I have to commend him for his excellent choices here, because I think this is just going to be an absolute beauty.
It's going to be great. You know, Phil Horney, it's interesting. Whenever I pick him on stream, he goes, Dion, this matchup is terrible. And I think his win rate actually on the stream with these ones where he thinks are terrible is something like 80%. Like it's very high.
The Rocky Balboa of X-Wing.
Correct. And I mean, you know, on the surface, this matchup is not an easy one for him at all. So, you know, we'll have to see how it goes. Did you go through the list already?
No, I was really just talking about where we were in the tournament, explaining stage 3, and then, yeah, just discussing about what the plan for today is. We've got the quarters here, semis, and then the finals coming up afterwards. So we'll probably be on till a little bit after probably 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today.
Yep.
Yeah, I can start by introducing some of the players. I managed to snag some time before the tournament started to discuss them, and just in case anybody chiming in is not one of your regular viewers and wants to know a little bit about it, why don't you know Phil much better than I do. I have a couple of notes from why don't you tell us about him and where he comes from and what he's all about?
Yeah, so Phil Horney is out of Michigan. He's part of the Rook Squadron, and he won a Goldie for Best Dressed X-Wing Player of the Year.
Oh, my.
Always wearing his classic cardigan, except for today. He says it's in the car, though, so it's close by.
Fair enough.
He is a Deep Core Vassal member, very high-level player out of Detroit, and he has not practiced against this specific matchup. We were at dinner last night. He said, you know, the day I was going to practice against this one, my wife gave me a call and said, come home. And I was like, okay. So we'll see. You know, though he has played against Alpha Strikes, higher PS Alpha Strikes before. What he's worried about here is the fact that Aaron Kraken is a PS10, different from the Justero version. We have him at PS4. But when I was kind of thinking about this last night, essentially Justero shoots all 10 when you have that that Scum Alpha. So essentially it becomes the same, except that Aaron Kraken doesn't get to shoot twice.
It's similar with many of the double tap mechanics in the game. I mean, your pilot skill on Corrin or your pilot skill on Dengar or Quick Draw almost becomes irrelevant because you get to shoot, and if that trigger happens from somebody with the higher PS, you're shooting right back. So, yeah, you know what I mean.
And the one thing you just have to watch out for is Aaron Kraken's ability, because he Phil really likes to use blocking, especially countdown with that adapted ailerons can get in some really funky spots. But Aaron Kraken with the ability to shoot and do something like barrel roll Nim off of a block is something he's going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when I spoke to Phil ahead of time, he said he's not feeling overly confident because of the practice. He is feeling that he's going to have the advantage of repositioning over the opponent, and if he can capitalize on that, he'll have a big advantage. But he did say to me that he feels that if he can actually find a way to get Nim down, and even if Kylo had 1 health, he feels that he'd be in a good position to take it into the late game successfully.
Absolutely. So
he wanted to give a big shout out to one of his, I think it's a playmate or a friend of his back home.
Jesse Chung?
Yeah, big shout out to him. And obviously I spoke to him as well. He wanted to send a very heartfelt thank you and support back to his lovely wife and family.
Oh, yeah.
Who let him out of the stable along with the rest of us dads this weekend.
Yep, and with this, Phil Horney actually has a Coruscant invite before coming into the Columbus System Open. His goal here is, his budget-wise, he can't afford to get to Coruscant.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Cam Murray. He came down with us.
So the plan is I'm here to win it to try to get myself to the tournament.
It's a very valid goal. I mean, yeah, I mean, the invitation is illustrious as it is, but getting out to Minnesota is not as easy for everybody, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you want to talk about Nate, or all right, cool. Yeah, so I've had the pleasure of playing with Nate now at, I want to say, 3 or 4 tournaments on the road. He's a really nice bloke. He's Nate Mays from the Burning River Squadron, which is out of the Cleveland area. Considers himself a local. He said to me that all the different squadrons around Ohio have a really good synergy. They all collaborate and join forces, a lot like PTL and GRX from back home. He says that they do a lot of their usual suspects are usually around the Raven Squadron, so he wanted to give a shout out to his squad and those guys as well. He usually plays out of recess games in North Homestead, so he wanted to thank them. And yeah, I talked to him about the match going into it. He's not coming into this with any semblance of confidence. He's coming into it with a really calm demeanor. He really told me that he wanted to be mindful of the fact that his list has some advantages over Phil's, but it is Phil. Phil's very well known for his ability to take an Imperial list and turn the tides on what should be an easy win for somebody. So he feels that position was going to be key. He feels that one of the big threats he's going to have is countdown, which is interesting insight from him because, to your point earlier, countdown can land some sweet blocks, but then Aaron can pull somebody right out of that into the position that he needs to be in. So, yeah, and Mate told me that his biggest advantages or his biggest strengths in the match going into it are going to be his pilot skill and the fact that he's got a bid. He did also remark that he noticed that because is only potentially a 10 and not the 11, that might actually be key because that's going to let him take locks last. He told me that if he's able to use his munitions as effectively as he wants to either kill one of the ships or damage Kylo enough or get rid of the quick draw shields or any combination of those, that he'll be able to take it to the late game.
One of the things, looking at, because I've seen Phil fly this list, and I actually have seen quite a few people also play Nathan's list. You know, a couple of things come to mind. Players that use the trajectory simulator effectively without tripping themselves up usually have very good success.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. The clock has started. All right, folks, so the clock is off. The quarterfinals are underway, and we're just finishing off some positioning here. Our two, there's just so many PS10s, they can't decide where to...
Which one goes first? Yeah, so what I was saying is, when I've seen people lose with this PS10 list is if they throw a bomb and if the opposing player is patient enough to make the PS10 Rebel Alpha come back through that bomb, that is where the PS10 Alpha can get.
No, it's true. I mean, the fact that you can take adaptability on Wedge and then have Nim, I think that's adaptability up to 10.
Yeah, this is a coding error.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do anything about that one.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I didn't realize. Yeah, no, and the fact that you can get the ability to choose who moves first and who shoots first when you talk about the synergy between their pilot skills is just bonkers.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And On Phil's side, the biggest tool he has is countdown. The fact that you can only take 1 damage, just choose to take 1 damage instead of being hit, is fantastic. And I know that's something that Nathan was super pumped about.
Yeah, no, he was. He thinks to himself. I remember I didn't say it because obviously you don't prompt the players, but they I can't waste a missile because he'll right. Last thought about dosing him is he gave a big shout out to his wife Jessica and new baby.
Love babies.
He told me I'm in the exact same that it's our first Father's Days tomorrow.
This will be my second one, yes.
And yeah, all of us are lucky enough to have wives that let us gallivant all over the. It's playing what we. So big shout out to all you wives or ex-wing widows if you're listening.
Looks like I need to tweak one thing here. He doesn't have auto blaster turret. He has extra munitions instead. So I'm going to go ahead and tweak that. So it looks like we have dials set for the first round.
Yeah.
And they're going to be getting going here.
Phil's just making his last tweaks, and I think he's going to get countdown under as soon as he's ready. I think they're both going to take this opening couple of turns extremely seriously because once the cards get dealt and the dust settles after a couple rounds of combat, we're going to be in a pretty good position to see what the late game is going to look like here. I love how Phil's actually playing with the Boba Fett templates that everybody's here to. Okay, so it looks like he's going to try and flank a little bit with countdown. It's a good decision. I like it. To try and pull Nate into the rocks.
Oh yeah, with these alpha strikes, if you can get them to break that formation and you can engage one of their ships while having 3 of yours or 2 of yours on one, that's where you start leaning the advantage needle towards you.
No, I completely agree with you. Tough proposition, I think, for that Nate's probably had a fair amount of chances practice against these types of imperialists. I know that when I was at the Michigan Regional with you a few months ago, the amount of impact in the room was compared to where I come from, where people had given up on them. They had gotten to the point where they were trying to realize that you had to try and do something else because there were some meta mechanics that really challenge imperial aces. Okay, staying on the flank, I like it. It's funny, sometimes I've put quick draw in a list, and I've almost treated him like the missile.
Oh yeah.
Like you put rage and baffle on quick draw, and you're like, you know what? He's like a 30-something point missile because he'll get to shoot 5-6 times and then he's dead.
We're getting reports of some audio issues, so I'm going to go ahead and just take a listen on our side here, see if we can get that cleaned up.
It's not my Canadian accent, is it, eh?
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right, sounds good. Oh, I heard that.
I just heard it there. Okay. Checkity, 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 check 1 2.
Yeah. Huh. Check, 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 check.
Nate playing cautiously here. I think we got a half-second delay.
Yeah. Okay.
Check it, check, check.
I think I know how to fix that. It's just going to take an audio interruption.
Okay.
And what I'll do is we're going to switch to table audio here for a moment while I get that resolved. So
you folks enjoy the pithy banter between our 2 players.
We'll be back. should be back up and running. Let me know if that's any better on your guys' side.
Blame Canada for the audio interruption, folks.
So, be trying to keep track of that, see if we hear it again. Still there? Oh, what's happening? I heard it. Quick question, did it yeah, I'll just type it in the chat.
Remix.
I do not know. Yeah. Stable audio while I work on figuring out what.
Check on my dials, make sure they haven't slipped, and we're good to go. Okay. Sorry. Drink me, buddy. Dang it. I'm going to play you again. Thanks. You got it. Okay. Bad sensors.
Have fun swimming the gas.
Follow me to registration. On quick draw. Can you hold him, please? Pretty sure it's out, but I'll put it down. Okay, that's out. Is that good? Yep. Okay. Thinking for a second. You're good. Target lock on Kylo? Yep. Looks like I've got it. flight assist astromech. Boost right. Looks like I've got range, so no astromech. In that case, the action will be to acquire a target lock on quick draw.
Okay.
And we already showed that I had range. All right, well, check for target lock on quick draw. Don't have it. So the action will be to a target lock on Kylo.
Okay.
Looks like I've got both.
Yep, I would say you got it.
Okay.
Nice, careful movement there with these big ass ships.
Okay.
Right.
So end of activation, start of combat. Quick draw is the first shooter.
Yep, I don't think there's anything else to go on. Shooting at wedge.
Wedge, yep. 3 on 3.
Yep. I'll keep it with 2.
Okay. 1. So wedge will lose 1 shield. Oh, oops.
Nice.
He does not have he has 5 minutes. 90 minutes.
Okay.
Fire control, and I think that's it for me.
All right.
Your 10s are next.
Sure. So Nim will check for arc. I know he doesn't have it, but I want to see how close it is. Okay. So Aaron will check for arc on Kylo.
Yep. And I'm certain he has it.
Yeah, he's got it. Unobstructed. Guidance chips, that one for a hit.
Yeah, there you go. Shield? I ruined everything.
Yeah, so he's out of range of Nim.
Yeah, so let's just let's get him back in the perfect spot. It's probably a little closer. And I wasn't lined up with wedge.
You weren't lined up with wedge? Okay.
Looks good right now.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. So I took that.
1 shield.
Yep.
And my deck for show me the dark side.
Yep. All right. What do I want to give him? I'm gonna bank on not getting a crit and killing you this round.
Blinded pilot.
Yep.
Okay. So now Aaron Kraken's ability
There.
triggers, allowing either wedge or
Yep.
yeah, to take an action.
Yep.
So Golly day. Wedge will focus.
Okay.
And now wedge will activate. This is just the choice I was delaying.
Which crit did he choose?
Blinded Pilot.
Take it.
No shot.
Cool.
Wait. Sorry. Yeah. Proton torpedoes.
All right.
Proton torpedoes. So, 4 on 2.
Yep.
Crit with guidance chips.
Oh, nice.
That's it. So, there you go.
Spend focus.
Yeah, of course.
Shields. Fire him back. Get there. Target lock.
Yep.
Just 2. You'll evade it. Yep.
Steve handed me the
Sorry.
You're good. Alright, some shooting time.
Yep.
Kylo. Nim was in arc.
Yep. Yeah, Nim just barely had range.
Not gonna kill him. I might kill Kraken this round. Not a lot of actions though. Wedge is definitely out.
Oh, Wedge's target lock had to be spent.
Yep. Let's do... Well, it'd be cool to get Kraken off the board. 2 shots though, it's pretty low odds.
3 dice each time.
Yep.
1 mod. I really couldn't tell you the odds.
Or I could do potentially 6 damage to Nim.
Nim?
No, Kraken.
Kylo to Kraken?
Yep.
Okay. 3 on 3. There you go. And 1, so 1 shield,
Then the blinded hit.
and then blinded pilot.
Should be a waste, but... Okay. He's done.
Range 2. Yeah, 2. 3 on 2. There you go.
Yes.
One, two. All right, everybody. We're doing a quick audio check to see if our audio is okay. Can you guys hear us?
Aaron Kraken, chosen one.
Gets taken. The I'll show side plus
Fantastic example of range control in that last turn there. I mean, fortunately, while we were struggling, we were wonderfully watching just like top range controls. Out of range of 2 of Nate's ships, but you know the width of a grain of rice there.
So, like it's still unfortunately, it seems that audio interface is taking a dive, and something I do not have a swappable here. Try to resolve it during in between the match. We listen in and try to see if we can get it up for the. So enjoy the game. I will have audio back up. Sorry about that, everybody.
Are you set? Are you set?
Yep. Do my last double check too.
Okay. I'm good to go.
Yep. Last one.
Okay, yeah, you just
I set it
barrel
there and
rolled
then I
it.
moved
You
it.
barrel rolled and yeah.
I pulled it off when I moved my dial.
Sure.
From the template. Nope.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Yep. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Wedge will go first, and we're gonna have a bump. Sorry, I'm
Very good. Let me pull the. For some reason, they didn't design TIE fighters and X-wings to fit together very well.
Can you mark him? Just want to make sure I get the angle right.
This side.
Yeah, that's probably good. Oh, want to put it back down, and then I'll.
My bad.
Yeah, and then I'll.
I was zoning out.
And then I'll slide wedge. Is it lined up in the front?
Yep.
Okay, so can you remove quick draw again, please? Because now Nim is going to activate.
Yep.
He's going to trajectory simulator a bomblet.
Yep.
So yeah, you can just move quick draw now. So I
Great
can.
idea. Yeah. Great idea. Precision this game.
It's a game of millimeters, and then stuff like that happens. So there.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Does that look good to you?
Yep.
All right. So can you hold the bomb, please? And I will remove the template. And then quick draw can go back. And then I'll.
You need to get your one bank out of
And
there.
then I'll hold wedge. One straight out of there. Okay. Now my one bank.
Oh, beautiful.
And I'm gonna bump, I think.
Yep.
Can you hold countdown, please?
Yep.
Yep. So I'm just gonna. Is that okay for you?
That's perfect.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty.
So let's make sure these locks are correct. So quick draw is locked on wedge, who is bumping him. Nim is locked onto Kylo from last round.
Yep.
Okay, so it's the end of the activation phase. So
Who are you gonna blow up first?
well, I might hold the bomblet.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's.
It shouldn't be at range 1 of Nim, but that's not what I'm worried about.
And then the next turn.
Yeah.
Hold that.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Quick draw 4v1. There you go.
Hot.
Nothing?
Move block.
All right. Just cause I'd like to check wedge arc on Kylo.
Yep.
Do you happen to have a laser?
I don't have a laser.
All right.
Anyone have a laser?
Judge.
You guys have a laser? Need a laser.
Judge. Sweet, he's coming. Yeah, he probably doesn't have it, but you know what? I'm gonna go for it if I can.
Yep. Do you have a laser to check if Wedge has arc on Kylo?
I don't have a laser.
We can use a ruler if you'd like.
Yep, I
It's just
prefer rulers anyway.
okay, it's just a big traffic jam. So first, we can mark countdown,
Yep.
and then quick draw.
Yep. That's it. Okay.
got Wedge.
Yeah, so we bumped him a little bit.
Yeah, we've been bumping him a lot, actually. Okay. Okay, now I can see clearly that I think Wedge does not have arc grade.
Yes, I feel clearly about it.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
No, never mind. Yep. So we can put quick draw back. Then put countdown back. So in that case, Wedge will go into countdown. Right up there. Okay. Yeah. So Wedge will go into countdown for V1.
Okay. Gotta be 2.
I mean, Wedge ability. Oh, you have frame?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I faced it a couple times yesterday with no frame. So.
Yeah, they're crazy. How do they beat TLT? Not that I'm likely going to need it. Oh, I might. So I roll 1, and then 1.
You got it.
Cool.
All right. Nim.
Yep.
Pretty sure it's range 1. Okay, and he doesn't have quick draw, so yep, range 1.
Yep. Target lock. Spending the title?
Yep. Reroll all of the dice.
Yes. One still. Okay, so shield.
Okay. Oh wait, no. The damage card is
Yes,
dealt.
damage card.
So harpoon, and
Yep.
so Nim, 1 shield.
Okay.
Countdown should lose 1,
Yep.
and then Kylo gets the damage card.
Yep.
Okay, and then 1 shield and 1 crit.
Major.
Okay. It's a hit.
Don't you be direct hit.
It's fine. Shake
Shake
it.
it.
Can't go straight. That would've been cool.
Yes, it would have.
Okay, so just to be clear, Nim is shieldless. Wedge is 1 shield. Countdown has 1. Quick draw has 1 shield, and Kylo is on 1. Okay. And major explosion gets flipped. Not that it matters,
Yes.
but okay. Mr. Lowe, Mr. Ren.
Range 1. Turn 2.
Hey, Captain. No shields.
Yep.
You got that focus. Okay.
Show you the dark side. Had to trigger last round. From Kylo. You can't skip. You can't.
Yeah. It's not optional.
I mean, because you might get a double direct hit, and that'll be a worse situation. So we shouldn't skip it.
Well, yeah, I was thinking if there was any new information added by this, but no, you just rolled the crit. So yeah.
Yeah.
If there was new information, then it's tricky. Okay, so the damage cockpit is dealt,
Yep.
and then we shuffle that and deal 1 hit, and 1 crit, weapons failure. Okay.
Okay. Countdown. If you do this for me.
It's possible. It's possible.
Countdown into wedge.
Okay, hit a crit. Evade.
I'd count it. It's fine. Right. Cool.
Dials.
Cool.
I don't have a crit token either, but he's definitely damage cockpit.
Yep.
And is this I'll show you the dark side? So that should be gone.
Yeah.
I'm going to check wedges. Yep. And so Nim.
Yep.
Bomblet. Can you mark countdown 2, please?
Can we do this front corner here?
Sure. Fits via countdown, which it should. Oh, right, there's the corner. So yeah, good.
But he parked it nationwide.
Okay, and now action. We'll take a target lock on quick draw.
Okay.
Is countdown with the ailerons.
One forward.
Yep.
3 sits.
Okay. And then Kylo is just executing. Okay. And okay. Okay. And I'm going to assume a boost to get out of that, or
Yep, to try to get
this
out
way?
of it. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And so now you are stressed, which is cool. Maybe. All right, cutie. Slope. Yeah, all right. Not quite.
Yeah, I'm trying
It's
to-
a
I'm
little,
trying to-
you're not on the rock, but you're
Yeah,
right.
I agree. I was working on adjusting it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to have stress.
Okay, and the target lock is still on him. Okay,
Put it back on you real quick.
yep. Bad on accident.
Okay.
Okay, so can you hold the bomblet, please? I'm going to be going over it. And then using Flight Assist Astromech,
Yep.
I'm going to boost that way. If you please. Okay. Thank you. All right, so, and his action will be... Sorry, 1 second. Attempt to acquire a target lock on quick draw. Doesn't have it, obviously. So he will... I'm going to come over to your side. He'll acquire a target lock. Sorry, on countdown.
Okay.
Countdown.
He was likely dead, but...
He already has 1 on him, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so at the end of the activation phase, this one will go off.
Okay.
So I believe Nim is out, which means it's countdown and quick draw. You pick the order.
Okay.
Nothing really matters.
Quick draw.
Okay.
1.
1.
Loss of that shield. Do I fire now or after the bomb goes off? Doesn't matter, I think.
Yeah, whatever. Wait, yeah, do countdown and then... 2. All right, and now quick draw a shot. Looks like it's range 2 to me.
Yep. Target lock?
Yep.
Don't you dare!
1, so he's down to 1. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm going to think for a moment. Countdown is down to 1.
Yep. Shaking pilot flips.
Ah, right, yeah. Do I? Nope, none of mine flip. Damage cockpit flips. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. So, this bomblet is being released. I'm gonna do Nim first if he's in. Can you hold the bomblet, please? Looks like he's out.
Yep.
Okay, and Wedge, can you hold him? And Wedge is out, yeah. So it's just countdown?
Okay, double blanks.
Or focus. You know, focus is your friend. All right. It looks like quick draw has a shot, obviously.
Yep, range 2.
There you go. I believe countdown does not have arc, but you can check if you like.
Yep, I would say it's a no. Now that I'm lined up, definitely no.
Okay. All right, Wedge. Wedge Antilles. that token is no longer applicable.
That was Nims.
Yeah, yeah.
24 minutes, guys. Thanks. All right, I'm ready.
It won't take that long. Okay.
Yeah, either I'll die in a storming blaze.
Countdown's first again. Oh, really? Sure. Oh. Got it. Yeah. I was thinking you'd be a little more loopy, but this makes sense. Yep. Anything you want me to do?
2-bank come.
Just 2-bank? Okay. Oh, right. He's stressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's roll right back.
So I don't know my right and my left. This way?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. All the way back would be good. And you satisfied with that? Yep.
Oh, you don't want to push? Push the boost that way.
That's a great idea. Okay.
1 bank, 3 straight. 1 bank, 3 straight. I see how it is. I see how it is.
Alright, so you're gonna go like this.
Why wouldn't I?
Yep. The question is, do I target lock? Or do I have to roll to get out? This is the target locking. No, it's my position.
Okay. 3 turn, and then bank boost in the same direction. And acquire target lock on quick draw. Oh, right, that was my target lock. So just moving quick draw. No one has arc, I think. Well, oh wow, closer than I would have thought, but yeah, still pretty far off. And I'm angled, so even more. Okay.
Yep. We'll just double check. Okay. Countdown.
I can't unsee this.
Going backwards.
Yep. far as possible.
Yes, please. Pushing for focus.
Yep.
Sorry, I flipped the dial over.
That's fine, yeah. And then 2-turn.
That was mostly because you were on the other side of the map, so I can make it happen.
Make what happen?
So I can just make it easier for us to.
Ah, there we go. All right, there you go.
Ooh, yeah, I might land on the rock. I'm gonna hold my quick draw for me.
Oh, yeah, I've got the rock. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Your hands are in there.
I mean, I look like I'm in. Think I'm on the rock.
Oh, I'm just fiddling with the positioning. I can't tell. Can we call a judge?
Yeah, let's get a judge.
Okay.
Judge! Judge!
Judge!
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Quick draw on the rock?
Probably on. Probably on.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll let them decide. All right.
Quick draw and rock.
Quick draw rock. Our hands are on things, not moving.
Because it's so close. I think it might even be off, but... Rock.
Okay.
Okay.
On the rock. Rolling for damage. Hit.
I regret everything. I regret every decision I've made.
On the boards.
Every decision. Flight assist. Damn. Flight assist barrel roll.
Q-Bank might have bumped anyway, so.
I was like here. I was thinking one bank. Can you hold that rock? I might not be able to do the barrel roll. Looks like I'm clear though.
Okay.
Okay. And action. So his target lock is there, 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 there. Focus.
Cool.
Dials. I
Yep.
think. Countdown.
Out.
Okay.
Hit a rock. What a noob, Phil.
I should have taken advantage of it.
Yeah.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Alright, I'm ready.
I'm not. Now I am. Now I'm ready. Okay.
Kylo's just gonna fire forward.
Okay.
I got it.
Yep. All right.
Okay, Desmond Claire, 35-minute round. Start now.
Nice.
Try the bank boost.
Yep. Looks like that fits.
toss a little thing.
Yeah, you got it.
More than. We're going to use.
Okay. Did you see the 4K coming?
Potentially 4K, yeah.
I didn't do it. Can you mark Kylo like on the inside for potential?
Same but different.
I was curious. Maybe the 2-turn was the most obvious and conservative move. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go over the rock here. Oh, I almost definitely go over the rock then because I just bumped that.
Yeah, you were gonna go over it.
Yeah.
Not a bad move. Gets you out of danger.
I get a little bit of an obstruction, maybe because my angle a little bit. Yeah, sure. Nothing. Safe.
Cool. And no flight assist, right?
Yeah. I picked it up and read it. So looks like withdrawal range 2, 3, 3 through a rock. Target lock, yep. There you go, 2 crits. 1, 2.
Yep.
Same for countdown.
Yep. Blanks. Blanks. Nice.
7
One round
blanks.
too late. What are you doing, man? Try to roll this way.
Yeah, I think, no, it might be close. Closer than I would have thought. Oh, yeah, I think that nub of the rock is lined up with the middle of your ship.
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, you got it.
I would say that fits.
Yeah. And I just moved it, so that's even better.
Good.
Okay. They went that away. Flight assist. Range 3. Yep. Oh, sorry. Quick draw.
He's out.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't want to rob you though.
No, you're good. He's definitely out. 1.
1.
This is the best pilot in the galaxy.
Soontir Fell has a word or two to say.
They fight over it, right? In the series?
Yeah. Pretty sure Wedge wins though.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Quick draw. How are you gonna get out of it? Not land on a rock. Again. Okay.
Yep.
Double check.
What? What? Is it too early for me to ask why?
Why what?
Why that one?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that that the sloop, one straight and then sloop, and now you're behind me.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I could have gotten out of it, but with like a no, I couldn't have barrel rolled out of it. Does that look okay to you?
Beautiful.
All right. Quick draw range 3.
I assume 3?
Yep,
That's right.
3.
Quick lock.
So hit crit. Correct.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't have IA.
Chips.
Oh my good. Great game, sir. Oh my goodness, dude.
I've got a lot of regrets about that one. Staggering wedge, not going 4 straight on the first one.
Yep.
A lot of regrets.
Yeah. Yeah, once you did 3 forward, I was like, okay, I'm out of arc.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because I started in the back, did 1 forward and barrel back, so that puts me at the front of the base.
Yeah.
To 2 forward, half back.
Yeah. So
And then I did a 1 forward the next round. And
I
so
started
only
a
moved
little
forward
more
2.
than halfway up.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if that was going to throw things off. I guess it didn't. Okay.
Great game. I mean, sorry to win, but
No, you should be
played
sorry.
awesome.
You won. After that first engagement got bungled, I wasn't quite sure what to do.